Today's video is going to be showing how I'm going to fix this crack here. That actually goes all the way through into the interior of the boat. If I have a picture, I will try to insert it. So basically, what I'm going to try to do, this is the first time I'm ever doing something like this, is I'm going to remove this stainless steel trim ring, which the previous owner fabricated himself and installed himself, and remove the 1/2 inch thick plexiglass window, and then I can inject some epoxy into the crack and clamp it up, and then once I'm satisfied that it's solid, I will put everything back. I will clean up the varnish a little bit. I will probably re-varnish this Coachroof next winter and remove all the trim rings and strip it down to the wood again and re-varnish the entire Coachroof. And then you can see it'll go back to the original dark brown, because this is African mahogany, so this will get the same color as this. And this is a few years old, so it'll be darker than this. So that's going to be the plan of attack. I'm going to take these screws out and then try to cut the varnish away from the trim ring, and then try to pry this off without damaging it, and I'll try to take the glass out the best I can, and we'll go from there. So that's the first step, and I will put this camera in a mount so you can see me work, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to try to take these screws out carefully and keep track of them. So this is the first time these screws have been out in like 25 years, so I'm kind of curious to see how everything looks. Feels nice and solid. I don't feel any punky wood, so that's a good sign for the first 3 screws, so that's a good sign. Okay, we're back. I took out all the screws. I did cheat. I did use a power screwdriver, and that made short work of taking the rest of the screws out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to break the seal between the stainless steel rim and the wood deck Coachroof. So I have a variety of tools. I have a scraper, I got a knife, I have scrapers, different kinds of scrapers and pry bars, and so hopefully something here will work and we can make short work of it. I'm going to try to cut it with a razor blade first. I have this Harbor Freight. Okay, all taped up. I don't expect this to protect from any catastrophic failure on my part, but hopefully I won't need it, but it'll offer some protection. So let's begin by just cutting the varnish carefully. I don't want to scratch the stainless. You can see some of it's coming up pretty good. Some of the old varnish, there's like a lot of varnish on there. It's really pretty thick. So I'll cut this the best I can without damaging the stainless or gouging the wood. At least the wood you can sand if you scratch it, but I'd rather not if I can help it. Again, this is probably 25 years worth of varnish built up on here, because you re-varnish it every year. So that's why there's so much varnish on here. So that's why I got to cut it off, because it's acting like glue. As you can see, some of it's discolored. That's from it peeling back, because apparently water got under it or something, or the varnish expanded and contracted. So let's take this slow, cut this away so I can get a scraper under there or something. Some of the varnish where it's new is still very flexible and it's harder to cut through than the old varnish that's built up. So I'm going to continue doing this. I'm not going to have you watch me do this because this might take me a while. And I don't want to make this video 4 hours long. Okay, here we are. I didn't do too much since the last edit, so this time I actually broke out the heat gun to maybe make this go a little bit faster and a little bit cleaner. So I'm going to try heating it up. And then try not to heat it up too much to damage either the wood or the stainless, but just enough to heat up the varnish to make it cut a little bit easier. That's the theory anyways. So that definitely looks like that helped quite a bit. So I will continue working this. When I make some more progress, I will start up the video again. So just wanted to show you what I was doing.